Hey, Steve Zook here. Welcome back to Hoaxy Channel. Hey, earlier today I explored kind of some ideas of playing chord melody and being a little more creative, being a little more outside, or using some shading, a little more color to not be so predictable, which really will add a new dimension to your playing. Like I mentioned earlier, there's times you might want to play a little more inside, a little more as it is, but don't feel like you have to be imprisoned. You can change chords. Horace Hatchett used to always talk about how he loved to change chords. He's the guy that taught Howard Roberts how to play when Howard Roberts was a young man in Arizona. Howard Roberts went on to form MIT, which has one of the biggest guitar schools in the world. They have ads on TV now. But anyway, I'm going to add something real quick here because it's kind of late at night and I don't want to bother my neighbors too much or whatever. But in this tune, let's say you're starting off, whether you're starting off kind of normal like this. Or you're using the bichord. You could always do a little arpeggio for the minor 7, so you have something like this. So that's simple, but it adds a nice little flavor. You could also use this minor 7 chord, go up to an inversion, use the inversion or the polychord like that. So the main idea is to, on this minor 7 here, but I like that. I like using the polychord to the maybe little shading. I'm going to do real small little chunks on this piece. I did some earlier. It took forever to download. So for now, I'm going to stop right there and just suggest maybe the first time you play the tune, use this form. You could always do some shading, right? So you go from here, and then when you go to the minor 7, just do a little arpeggio. All right, cool. And this guitar is really coming alive. I'm not sure if you can hear it there. I listened back to you might want to put, it sounds really good when you're watching YouTube stuff. Go out to a garage sale or somewhere, and I picked up a used made in Japan Techniques receiver, 100 watts a side. Sounds like an old tube amp or something. I got it for like 35, 40 bucks. I got some old Polk speakers. I think they're called 5 Juniors. You can spend 75, 80 bucks and get yourself a nice little system, and then go to the electronics store and get yourself a little cable that goes the input into the back of the computer, and then RCA into the back of the left, right, inputs for your old stereo and 70s made Japan receiver. Man, you get a hell of a sound. I think it sounds better than most DACs I hear and things like that. So anyway, all right, this guitar I'm going to miss this guitar. Like I said, I actually did some adjustments to it today and really dialed it in. I just kind of moved the bridge a little bit and just really dialed it in. And man, it's just really coming into its own. It's got a beautiful tone. I'm going to miss this guitar. It needs to be cleaned a little bit, but it really plays good. No fret wear. It's hardly been played. Really has a sound. It's a beauty. But I've got it dialed in. I probably spent a couple hours on it.